Oh, yes, this guy. Happy New Year. We all say it on January 1. For Dylan Guenther, it's reality. Look at what he has accomplished since the calendar flipped to 2024. We welcome him to the show, and we are so excited to be able to chat with you. To us, on NHL Network, the World Juniors are a huge deal. So the first thing I want to ask you about, your golden goal, the birthday boy. We'll never forget it. Overtime, Czechia. When you think back to that moment, what comes to mind?
Yeah, I mean, that was a crazy goal. I think looking back on it, it's still, I mean, doesn't even feel real. I think the World Juniors is almost sacred in Canada. So that was a pretty special moment, and that's something that I'll never forget that.
Well, Dylan, second full season in the NHL. You've had a chance to kind of establish yourself, get to know the league. You've been through the cycle a couple of times now. What's life like in the desert? How are things? How's the fit with you and the Yotes?
Yeah, I mean, life is pretty good. I think I'm pretty spoiled to be here and experience this weather and what Phoenix has to offer. But no, I'm just super grateful. I think just trying to earn each and every day up in the NHL right now.
Dylan, I looked at your draft year, and it was a real strong group, whether it was Owen Power or Mason McTavish. Matty Beniers was up there too. But watching those highlights, one thing that really separates you from those guys is your shot, and it's just a wicked release. Is that something that you've worked on? And I know that you grew up in Edmonton. You played with the Edmonton Oil Kings. That's something that you worked on pretty much your whole career?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, just from a young age, I've kind of always had a pretty good shot. I had a decent setup in my basement that, my younger brother and I would go down there and we'd shoot pucks for a long time, and we still do. So I think just watching some of the best players and what they do, like I watched a lot of Matthews and Pasternak, and just see, their versatility and how they shoot it and try to model it a little bit.
I admire the chemistry that we see between you and Logan Cooley. I understand that it extends off the ice. What's it like to have a friend and a teammate like him?
Yeah, it's awesome. I think, being a young player in the league, I think can be difficult. But when you have, another player like him, another guy your age to go through it, I think it helps a lot. I mean, we have a pretty young team in general. We have a lot of, young guys. Our leaders are young and have kind of been through some similar things that we have. So to have someone to talk to and lean on, and also have the older guys who came in at a young age too, it helps a lot.
Dylan, another teammate that's kind of had an impactful role in your career in an early spot. Your roommates with Jack McBain. How did all that come about? What's the living situation like? And just give us the background.
Yeah, I mean, we started living together last year. Didn't know each other until last year, and just hung out, became really good friends, and yeah, I mean, we have fun together. I think we're kind of the laughing stock of the team as far as our living situation goes. The water shut off on us yesterday. We weren't paying the bills, so we got that covered. But no, we have some fun. It's a good time.
Your team, I love the way they play, and I know they had a tough stretch where you lost 14 in a row. You bounced back with a couple of big wins. I look behind the bench, and I see a guy like Andre Tourigny, your head coach. What's he like, and what has he done to help your career develop in the NHL?
Yeah, I think he's helped myself a lot. I think, me and Cools, he's an open book with us. We have a super honest relationship, and I think with him that I know what he wants. I think it's easy to read him. I know what he expects every night, and yeah, I think he wants us to be the hardest working team, and that's not something that guys don't understand. I think the message is super clear, and that's our goal every night, is to be the hardest working team.
I would be remiss if I didn't follow up on the water situation. How did it become apparent to you that something was amiss? Was it you or McBain? Talk us through it. Take your time.
Well, I mean, you don't realize how much you need the water until you go brush your teeth.
Until you don't have water.
I think there was just a mishap in like paying the bills. We thought the electricity and the water was kind of a 2-in-1, and turns out it wasn't. We didn't get any notifications or anything, so it was probably about 14, 16 hours with no water. So we battled through it. We were using the bottled waters to clean out the dishes and toothpaste, stuff like that. But
that gets a little pricey after a while. That's a little pricey. Those utility companies are a little bit dramatic about not getting paid, as you now know.
Yeah, we thought like we probably have to go a couple more months, and then they'd shut it off. But they shut it off pretty quick. But it's nice we got it back on.
We love you. We love watching you, and thanks for sharing that story. I believe, and these guys do too, you're going to make a lot of money in this league playing hockey, and you'll be able to buy all the water you'll ever need. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. I hope so. Thanks so much for having me on, guys.